Now you might hear outside noises. I'm just sitting in my bedroom on the floor looking at my false fire, and I've got little crystals on it. It's really pretty. It's the 9th of December today, and I rung up one of my brothers and wished him a happy birthday. It's very important I did that because, as you know, one of my brothers have just not long died. But with Christmas approaching, I'm trying to be positive because my brother loved Christmas. His lounge used to be so covered in lights, it was really hot in there. Makes me laugh now when I think about it. But I'm going to try and have a good Christmas. You know, and without sounding un-Christmassy and miserable, you know, we always think there's going to be tomorrow. And then one day there isn't a tomorrow. And one day there won't be a tomorrow for me or you. So while we're here, we have to make the best of what we've got and appreciate what we've got. And that's not always an easy thing to do. Sometimes we forgive people that have hurt us. And I'm going to be selfish now and say that I've forgiven a lot of people for my own peace of mind. And what I mean by that is when I've forgiven someone for doing something really horrible to me, it gives me a sense of peace with myself, because it reminds me that I am not that person, you know, I'm not like them, and I am who I am, you know. And in this time of struggling, the funeral is over and people will move on, but for his family and people that loved him, it's not over. Grief is a very special thing, and we try to avoid it. It's a very important part of our lives because grief is part of love. And when you're in deep grief, you recognise that you have truly loved somebody, and hopefully they've loved you. And that means your life has meant something. So, as weird as it sounds, I want to embrace my grief because it is a natural process out of love. It becomes a problem when years and years and years and years have gone and you can't move on. When I say move on, I don't mean forget that person. Of course you can't. But I mean move on with your life, with them in it, and talk to them as you always did. But don't live their death, because then your life means nothing. I mean, as a mother, I would hate my children to be grieving for the rest of their life, and they will, you know, when I go miss me, I know that, but there are things in life that are still beautiful. Simple things that we take for granted every day. So this year I'm going to try and make it a really good Christmas. And I'm going to do my best. I'm not going to feel sorry for myself. I know I'm going to hurt. But there's a lot of people out there hurting. Grief is a weird thing because we associate grief with death, but there's different types of grief. There's grief when someone cheats on you and leaves you, and I've been there, been through all that. Never forget that you are a special person. Never forget that you are strong. Never forget when you look back on your grief and you feel you're at your weakest point, you'll realise that you really were at your strongest. Merry Christmas to all of you out there. And I want you to know there's lots of us this Christmas that will be feeling a twinge of unhappiness. But life goes on and we have to go on.